are. And welcome, you guys. I'm so excited to have you here. My name is Tammy Anderson Ward, and I'm the conference producer with the Energy Healing Conference. And we're back at it again. We're back for the fall. We've got an incredible conference that's coming up this Saturday in Pocatello, Idaho. For those of you who don't know where Pocatello, Idaho is, it's in southeastern Idaho. And it's like a quick jaunt from my house, about an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes. I live in the Tremonton area. I'm probably about 40 minutes from Ogden. So I want to say like maybe 2 hours north of the Ogden area for those of you who are familiar with that area. And we have a fantastic event planned for you. In fact, I've got a schedule that's all ready to go, including a page with all of our speakers, their class descriptions and titles, their biographies, so you can read a little bit of information about them. And I'd love for you guys to be able to go check it out. I'm going to go ahead and put the link down here in the comments if you're interested in doing that. And in fact, I have a pack of tickets for those of you who comment first. And the only thing that you have to comment is just say, I want tickets. And then I'd be happy to go ahead and send you a message and get you hooked up with those. As of right now, we do have some tickets available. Our numbers have been climbing a lot over the last week. And that's really typical, because people are still trying to figure out what else they're doing, what this event is about. So let me tell you just a little bit, and then I'm going to turn the time over to one of our spotlight speakers, Dr. Mike Berard, and I'll read his intro as well. So in our schedule, you'll be able to find that we have different activities for you to participate in real time, including networking events for practitioners. We also have 2 different yoga classes, one at 9 a.m. and then one at 4 p.m. also. We even have a sound bath at 5 p.m. We've got some different hands-on classes as well, including crystal metaphysical healing classes. And in addition to that, some energy healing basic techniques. So I'd love to have you guys come and check this class out, or all these classes. There's so many different classes, so many different activities. In the vendor hall, you'll also be able to participate in some healing experiences there, including Reiki and thermal imagery will be there. We've also got some really fun things like the bands, which Dr. Mike's going to be talking about. There are some people who are doing some womb healing. I am going to be doing foot zones. I think we have one other foot zone person there as well. We have different things like light therapy. I love the light therapy. I have a set in my own home. I use them with my clients as well. There's just so many fun things for you to come check out. There's local massage therapists that will be there, and just so many different things to choose from, to try, to shop, and to just kind of play a little bit. So you can come any time of day. The vendors open at 8 a.m. and we do have a free crystal in the shape of a heart for the first 100 people that are there between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So make sure that you definitely check in at the registration so that you can get in on all of that good stuff. Just so many fun things to do. Whether you like the vendors or you want to try out the classes or do some of the activities, you can come for a few hours and then leave for lunch and come back. You can come all day. You can come in the morning, or if you work in the morning and you want to come only in the afternoon, it's up to you. This is not an event where we're going to tie you there all day. You can come and do whatever you like. So I want to go ahead and start out with, first of all, doing a couple of free packs of tickets. So if you want tickets, say, I want free tickets. I also have another way for you to get some free tickets, and that is just to send me an email. Here's my email. You can go ahead and shoot me out an email today, and I will happily respond right away. Those free tickets will be good as long as you register by Thursday night. So even if you're watching this on the replay, be sure to watch for that, okay? All right, let me go ahead and introduce you to our speaker spotlight today. You guys, we are so freaking excited to have Dr. Mike DeBord here at our event this weekend. He is literally one of the most sought after speakers at this event. In fact, his calendar is so full. So we just feel really excited to have him involved to be able to help inspire and support people. He is a former chiropractor, and he's owned his own chiropractor and performance center for 15 years. And he discovered the bands in 2016 And shortly after, he started building the B3 Sciences. And I am going to go ahead and put a link for B3 Sciences in case you're also somebody who really cares about your health. You want to learn more about it. I want you to learn more about it too. I'm going to go ahead and put the link right here for you. And he's going to teach you a little bit. And I want you to be able to come so that you can also meet him and try out what he's talking about. He has 4 years worth of experience educating clinicians, doctors, and ATCs on how to implement BF4. And he's a consultant also to many sports, the Olympians and sports teams all over the place. He also teaches a certification course to health professionals, trainers, athletes, and everyday people in all 50 states. So please, without further ado, welcome Dr. Mike DeBord. How are you?
Hey, Tammy, thanks for having me here. I'm excited to be here and share with people a new fun way to exercise.
Yeah. And you know what I like? So my kids call it lazy, but I call it efficient. Efficiency is really important to me. And what you guys have helps increase efficiency and save time. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you to go ahead and explain a little bit more about that.
Okay. Well, thanks again for having me here, Tammy. And, if you're watching this live event or you're watching the recording, or hopefully you're going to show up at the Energy Healing Conference at Idaho State University this weekend, you're going to learn about a new way to exercise. And most of us have exercise challenges, right? The first challenge we've got is time. It's difficult to find 45 minutes to an hour. Me and Tammy were just talking about that, let alone the drive to the gym. What if you could now exercise in 5 to 10 minutes from anywhere, from the space you're sitting in right now, to your basement, to your job, to when you travel? That's number one. You're going to learn about a new way to dramatically reduce how long you have to exercise with these things we call B3 bands. Next, many people have physical limitations. I don't know about you. I'm 59 years old, but the days of me going to a 45-minute hard CrossFit type of workout or heavy weights, those are over. I just can't tolerate it. And many of you are dealing with shoulder problems, back, neck, and you're limited in how hard you can work out. Well, with this new technology, you're going to be able to do something light and fun, like go for a walk or grab some little water bottles out of the refrigerator, or use the exercise tubing we send you, or do one of our follow along videos with no body weight. You're not going to feel any pain, but your body's going to change like you did a hard 45-minute workout. And you're not going to be sore the next day. Next, many of us do exercise, but we are doing light exercise. And we all know the difference between light exercise and high intensity exercise, right? Light exercise is going for a walk, doing a Zumba class, getting on the bike, going to the gym and maybe moving some light weights around. Light exercise is when you do not feel the burn in your muscles. Now, all of you know the difference between light exercise and high intensity exercise. You know the difference between going for a walk and running the stadium stairs or getting on the stair climber. What do you feel when you run the stadium stairs or get on the stair climber? You feel the burn, you feel the lactic acid in your legs, and you know your body will change. Well, most of us are not doing that type of exercise. We're doing light exercise. Let's take another example. You go to the gym or you go to the weight room and you lift some light weights and you feel a little burn in your muscles, but when you feel the burn, you stop. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make, is they think that when we start to feel the burn in our muscles that we're done. Well, actually, that is where it begins. And that's very difficult. It's hard to go over with the bodybuilders and the serious weightlifters who are over there grunting and pushing real hard and pushing these heavy weights. Most of us can't do that. But you know what would happen if you did. Now, what would happen if you worked out for 45 minutes, you did some stairs, you did some sprinting, and then you went and lifted heavy weights for 30 minutes, you know what would happen. Your body would change fast. You would build muscle. You would burn fat, and your metabolism would go through the roof. You'd have energy. Now, if you weren't sore, if you didn't hurt one of your joints, you would have energy all day long. You'd feel 20 or 30 years younger. And this is the benefits of high intensity exercise. But look, let's face it, most of you who are listening to this presentation, or you are live, or you're going to come meet me and listen to my talk at the Energy Healing Conference, you can't do that. You got a time limitation, you got a pain limitation, and you just don't like high intensity exercise. Well, until now, there was no solution for that. If you weren't willing to live the no pain, no gain lifestyle and do the high intensity exercises, there wasn't much hope or solutions for changing your body, to getting a lean, toned body, to feeling 10, 15 years younger. Well, now there's new science that we found in Japan. There's now close to 40,000 people who are exercising the new way. Tammy's doing it. Last time I was at an energy healing conference, approximately 40 or 50 more people learned about this technology and are doing it. Who else is doing it? Olympic teams, moms, dads, kids. We have 5, 6-year-old kids doing this, 90-year-old seniors, famous celebrities like Mark Wahlberg and Nick Cannon and Dr. Mercola and Dr. Oz are now doing this technology. So what is it? What is this new way to exercise? Well, let's start with a quick talk about what are you doing when you exercise, and why does some exercise work and some exercise doesn't change your body. When you are exercising, you're using oxygen. Oxygen is the primary fuel. So when I start moving my arms like this, or I start walking, or I do any movement or exercise, I'm using oxygen. Oxygen is the fuel. The goal of that exercise is to use oxygen fast or to get into hypoxia. Let's take an example. I walk around the track and I'm using oxygen probably at a rate of a 5 or a 6. Now, if you look at my hands here, oxygen flow, let's call that a 10. If you can use more oxygen than's flowing, if you can use oxygen at an 11, if you can run the stadium stairs, if you can lift the heavy weights, you will use more oxygen than is available, and you'll start to feel a lactic acid burn. So let's go back to my example. Here's your oxygen flowing into your muscles. Most people are exercising down here. It's flowing at a 10, but you're exercising at a 5, a 6, at a 7. And you never feel the burn in your muscles because there's too much oxygen. And at the same time, if you never feel the burn, if you never create lactic acid, your body changes very slow or doesn't change at all. You want to use more oxygen than's available. You want to feel lactic acid because that's where your body starts to change. So let's take some examples. Yoga, Zumba, light weights, jogging, biking, going for a walk. All of those exercises, most of them do not create this lactic acid. So you're not using enough oxygen. Well, there's now a solution. What if we simply cut the oxygen in half? What if you didn't have oxygen flowing at a 10? What if it was flowing at a 5? Then walking could use more oxygen than is available. Light weights could use more oxygen than is available. Yoga could use more weights. Going for a bike ride, doing a light jog, getting on the treadmill, getting on your rower, getting on your vibration plate. All of those things, which are light exercise, could now use more oxygen than's flowing because we've cut the oxygen in half. That would be ingenious if we could figure out how to do that. You would turn light exercise into high intensity exercise. It wouldn't take long. And you know, light exercise doesn't hurt. You're not sore from walking. You're not sore from doing yoga or vibration plate, but your body doesn't change very fast. Well, that is exactly what a new technology has done. A new technology from Japan that we brought over here to the United States, thanks to Dr. Jim Stray Gunderson, one of our top Olympic doctors. He found this technology in Japan. He brought it over to the United States and was one of the pioneers. And then I got involved in launching a company to go out and educate people just like you. And it's called blood flow restriction training. Now, the first thing you're going to think is, oh, you can't cut off blood flow. Well, let me explain to you what's happening. This is a flexible band, which we call a B3 band. It's not a blood pressure cuff. It's not going to feel like a blood pressure cuff. It's not going to function like a blood pressure cuff. I simply slide the band up my arm. I can get it on by myself, nice and easy. And I just put the Velcro down. You can see it on my arm here. And then I take the little handheld pump. It's very easy to do. And I just connect it like this. And then I pump it up to the number listed right here on the little blue pull tab. I pump it up to about 200. Now, what do I feel? I feel a gentle squeeze, kind of like when you've got one of those neoprene knee braces on or elbow braces. It's a gentle squeeze. Now, the blood is still flowing, but the blood is slowing a little. The blood is flowing a little slower. Now, this is completely safe. If you can already exercise, you can use the bands. So we're not cutting off blood flow. We're simply taking this flow rate, let's call it a 10, and we've slowed it down to a 5 by just putting a little pressure up here around the arm. Now, why would we want to slow down blood flow? Because if we have slowed down this blood flow, we have reduced how much oxygen can get into the muscle. So in this example, instead of oxygen being available at a 10, it's only available at a 5. So I'm basically biohacking. Some people call it cheating. Well, sure, let's call it cheating. Or I've figured out a way for you to exercise with half the work and half the time. Because let's go back to what's going on in my arm. I have less oxygen. So now I start doing a light exercise. I go for a walk. I lift a light weight. I do some yoga. You can swim in these bands. They're waterproof. And all I have to do is now exercise at a level, for example, of a 6. I don't have to exercise at an 11 high intensity because there's less oxygen. So now I get on the treadmill. I get on the elliptical, I get on my rower, my vibration plate, I go for a walk, I go for a bike ride, I lift light weights, and my muscle starts to run out of oxygen very fast, like I'm doing 4 to 5 times the amount of work that I'm really doing. I'm doing something fun and easy. And very quickly, you'll notice it in about 30 seconds or a minute, the muscle will start to produce lactic acid. And it'll get kind of that pumped up feeling that you get when you do high intensity exercise. And now I'm starting to produce lactic acid. I feel the burn, the light, wonderful burn that tells us we are actually doing good exercise. Then what happens next is amazing. You see, if you just produce some lactic acid for about 2 minutes, and it's easy. You're going to feel the burn, and then you just keep walking, or you keep going with your light weights, or you keep going on your vibration plate. You only need about 4 minutes. Remember, the burn is going to start at about 30 seconds to a minute. The light burn, you only need about 2 or 3 more minutes. So you're going to go 4 or 5 minutes, not 40, not an hour, not 20, not 30, 4 or 5 minutes. And you're going to produce lactic acid, which is then going to trigger your body to produce what is sitting right up here in your pituitary gland your entire life, the most powerful substance in nature, your own growth hormone. You're going to elevate growth hormone. Why? Because you were able to produce lactic acid. That's what stimulates growth hormone. And now your body is going to change, not slow. Your body's going to change fast. How do I know this? Because you already know. If you go do a 45-minute vigorous exercise, or you get on the Peloton and you climb the mountain, or you get on the vibration plate and you get the burn, or you go in the gym and you lift the heavy weights, or you get in the pool and you swim real hard, or you sprint, you already know if you do those things, your body's going to change fast. You are simulating the same thing, but with light, easy, fun exercise. And everybody wants light, fun, easy exercise. And the next thing that's going to happen after you elevate growth hormone is your metabolism is going to go up. You're going to start building muscle, burning fat. And guess what else is going to happen? You're going to burn an extra 600 to 1,000 calories over the next 24 hours. And you are going to see your body change fast. So I'm going to stop there. That's this exciting new technology.
Well, I don't want to stop you, but I have a couple questions that are coming through. Are you okay if I do that? I'm so sorry.
Go with the question.
Okay, well, people are saying, well, how much are they and where do you get them? I love this concept. They can just go to the website on the screen, right?
Yep, just go to kc.b3sciences.com and look for the buy now button. But when you're there, click on the black button that says feature video. It's a little 3-minute video, and then click on buy now and you can get into our shopping cart experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I also wanted to bring up something else. So I'm a 44-year-old woman. I've had 8 children. Well, successful pregnancies. There was a few more, but so 8 kids. That means my hormones have done this weird thing since I was 19, right? And now I'm not breastfeeding. I'm not having children anymore, right? It's weird. I told my husband, I'm like, we need to get a dog or we're going to have another baby. And he's like, what kind of dog are we going to get? So now we have a new little dog. And I feel grateful that I was able to do that and everything. But now my hormones are like, what is going on? And I have heard, and this is just me hearing things, that this growth, like, explain this to me, because I know that you understand this more, because there's a bunch of people that are just like me or in a similar situation that their hormones are feeling weird, and like, how does this help someone like me, or metabolism wise, all of this kind of stuff, you know, Hashimoto's, fibromyalgia, lupus. I have so many friends that have all these things going on. Tell us how this can make a difference, like, for them right away.
Well, let's talk about growth hormone and thyroid hormone. When you're a teenager and in your 20s, everything's great. You have high levels of growth hormone and high levels of thyroid hormone. Then as we age, especially women, you get into your 30s and you're down to less than half of the amount of natural growth hormone and thyroid hormone. This is Mother Nature just slowing down. This is the aging process. You get into your 40s and go through your childbearing years, you're down to now less than 15 to 20% of the natural release of growth hormone and thyroid hormone. This is why they tell you you need to exercise. You see, when you do vigorous exercise, you can maintain elevated growth hormone and thyroid hormone, but most of us don't do that. So ladies especially, now here you are, you're in your 30s and 40s. You're tired. You're not sleeping. You have stress. You have hypothyroidism. You're tired during the day. You're noticing that your body composition is changing fast. The only way that you can change the course of this is to increase naturally growth hormone and thyroid hormone. But let's go back to the problem. To do that, we have to do high intensity exercise. Tammy would have to get in her car, drive to the gym, get a trainer. And that's great. If you've got a trainer, stay with him. But she'd have to work out hard for 45 minutes, 4 to 5 days a week. She doesn't have time. She's busy. She's a mom. She's running a business like many of you. That doesn't fit into your lifestyle. So now you're stuck with low growth hormone and low thyroid hormone. That's why the bands have been so wonderful for so many ladies and men. Tammy and you will now be able to do 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. We'll give you the videos. You just follow along. Put it on your phone. We got videos you do right out in your family room with no weights. You're going to feel that wonderful lactic acid. pump like you would if you did a vigorous workout, but it's not going to hurt. You're not going to be sore. But now your body's going to increase growth hormone, and it's going to increase your thyroid. I can't tell you how many women I have seen that their thyroid function improves, growth hormone elevates, they start putting on muscle, they start losing fat, they start feeling younger, and they also say the same thing. Every single person, we've got close to 40,000, half of them women, will say the same thing. I feel 10, 15, 20 years younger. My body's changing like it did when I was young. Yes, of course it is. That's what happens when you do vigorous exercise. You can't do light exercise. Many of you have probably tried to do this. You've tried to go for a walk. You've tried to get on the treadmill. You've tried lifting light weights and it doesn't work. And you get frustrated and then you stop. And then you get on a diet. And you get on a diet and you lose 5 or 10 pounds. And then you get frustrated because you're not eating. And then your metabolism slows down because you're dieting without exercise. And then you lose that initial weight and then it stops. You can't move the scale anymore. You can't lose more than 10 pounds. And then you get frustrated and you just say, you know what, I'm just going to start eating normal again. And then you don't put on 10 pounds. You put 20. You lose 10, you put on 20. Why? Because your body does not increase metabolism by dieting. Dieting's great, and you should absolutely have a healthy diet. But guess what happens when you start getting vigorous exercise? Dieting becomes easy. You should see what I eat. I'm 59 years old. I got a six-pack. I didn't have all this 7 years ago before I started doing this exercise. I eat pizzas. I eat hamburgers. I cheat once in a while, not all the time, but I eat probably 3,000 to 3,500 calories a day. If I wasn't doing this exercise, I'd probably be 100 pounds overweight. So I don't have to diet because I have a high metabolism. My metabolism is the same as it was when I was 18 years old. And yours can be too. If you're 30, 40, 50, and you want the metabolism of a teenager, all you got to do is get the bands, do a fun exercise for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes, get that burn, and we're going to elevate growth hormone and we're going to elevate thyroid hormone. And you are going to love the results.
Yeah, this is awesome. Now, I really am grateful that you kind of talked a little bit about more on what happens with the hormones, because I know that I'm not the only one that's in this situation, and when you talked about the whole, 10 pounds, 20 pounds and the whole diet roller coaster thing, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then it is so embarrassing. People will literally message me and say, you look swollen, or why I like the way you used to dress. And I'm like, literally leave me alone. Okay. And then I come across the bands again, just the other day, and I worked out for 10 minutes tops. That's it. I could not believe how sore I was the next day. It was as if I had worked out for an hour, and I'm like crazy that it did such a big difference like that. So I'm super excited about you coming to the conference. When you come into your class at 11 o'clock, you're going to be in the Salmon River room. Tell us a little bit more about what's going to be happening when people come in there and what they can expect at your booth as well.
Well, we'll spend about a half hour explaining this, right? Because once you understand how the human body works, that's the challenge. Most people don't understand why light exercise works. They don't understand why, their body hurts and their metabolism slowed down. I'm going to make it very simple for you. In 30 minutes, you're going to completely understand how exercise works in the human body, how you elevate growth hormone, how you elevate thyroid. And you don't have to have a degree. You never had to take a health course before. I'm going to explain it to you. And then we're going to allow you to try the bands. We're going to show you all kinds of different ways. You don't have to get on a bike. You don't have to have exercise equipment. You don't have to go to the gym. There's 100 different ways. You can simply clean the house, go up and down your stairs, walk the dog, mow the yard, shovel snow, or you can get out, knock the dust off your favorite equipment at home, the rower, the vibration plate, the Pilates, or just do some yoga, or you can go for a swim. We're going to give you all kinds of very simple and easy ways for you to implement this, and you're going to be able to try it. Now, once you get the bands, you can get started right now. I encourage you to get started right now or come to the event. But here's my guarantee and my promise to you. Number one, we are going to coach you. So when you get the bands, you're going to get an email from a coach. We're going to give you all kinds of ideas to do something you like to do. You don't have to do some rigid 30-day program. The problem with that is if I give you a 30-day rigid program, you're not going to continue after 30 days. I'm going to give you some ideas you can do for the rest of your life. Number two, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. That means if you don't absolutely love the bands, you don't think they're going to be a big difference in your life, you just send them back. So you got no risk here. If you don't absolutely love them and we're going to coach you, contact us within 30 days. You just pay the shipping fee. Send them back. We'll give you your money back. Next, we even have zero down, zero interest for 6 months. So for about $80 a month, about what it costs for a good gym membership, you're going to be able to buy these bands that are going to last you years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We've got people who've had their bands 4 years and they're still going strong. And you're going to be able to travel with them. You're going to get a cute little backpack to carry them around. You throw them over your shoulder, take them to work, take them to the beach, travel with them. I throw them right in my suitcase. So when I'm done here, I'm going to actually go down to the hotel gym here. I'm going to get on the elliptical machine for 4 minutes. And then I'm going to grab some 5-pound dumbbells, 5-pounders, not 20, 5. And I'm going to do about 4 or 5 minutes of strength training. I'm going to get my workout in 10 minutes because I've got the bands. So we're going to coach you. We're going to give you a money back guarantee. We haven't have zero down. The bands only cost $449. You get the 2 arm bands. You get 2 leg bands. You're going to see a size chart. So you pick your size for your arms and your legs, and we'll ship you the bands. They'll arrive in 2 or 3 days. The best thing you could do is come to the healing conference or watch this. And then right after that, Monday or Tuesday, you'll be able to start using your bands. And I can tell you this, I have very few of these that come back. I've sold almost 40,000. There's only one type of band that comes back, the band that doesn't go on. You ask anybody who uses their bands, and I do this all the time. I was just in an event in Chicago. I asked all the people there, especially the ladies, I said, hey, ladies, can I buy your bands back for double what you paid? They all said, nope. Everybody will tell you the same thing. You're not getting my bands, because when you have the bands, you never have to exercise long and hard again. You're always going to have the latest and greatest biohack. And this is going to transform your exercise. We have people all across the country losing weight, getting out of pain, getting their energy back, sleeping better. And here's a very important tell, right? Every NFL team is doing this in their training rooms. Minnesota Timberwolves just bought bands from us. Lifetime Fitness, 170 clubs across the country. We're talking to them now about implementing this in all 170 clubs. Dr. Mercola is now doing BFR. Mark Wahlberg, famous movie stars, 5, 6-year-old kids. That tells you that this is backed by science and it's coming fast. So I want to thank Tammy for bringing me on today to share with you this new technology that I think is going to transform your health and fitness in your life.
I'm so excited. I literally am. I can't believe that my husband's been taking them to work, and he's like, well, you weren't using them. So he throws them on, goes in the back of the UPS truck on his break and does some push-ups, and he's good to go. You know what I mean?
Tell everybody that again. Your husband takes the bands to work, puts them on, and goes in the back of his UPS truck and does a workout for 3 or 4 minutes. And he gets his workout and he elevates his growth hormone.
Yeah.
And how's he look?
Yeah, he's pretty ripped, actually.
He's pretty ripped. Yeah.
It's awesome. And the fact that it does what you're saying that it does, that it increases that. So I think I just need to get my own set so that he can still continue taking his, and I apparently need a bigger set. So it'll be nice to be able to get one on that actually fits me. And then I can kind of scope down as I'm going along. So Well, I've been reluctant to talk about this a little bit because I haven't been using them. But after trying them again, literally, this was just barely a few days ago. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't wait to have Dr. Mike on. This is going to be awesome. And I'm excited to have you come. And thank you so much for your time today. We'll see you on Saturday. Do you have
Yes.
anything else that you'd like to close with today?
No, I just, I've been where everybody's been. Look, my issue at 52 is I hurt too much. I had a
Mhm.
little belly. I lost my six pack. I lost my muscle. Look, it is no fun looking in the mirror and not liking what you see. It's no fun. And what's the first thing we all do when we get up? We look in the
Mirror.
mirror,
Yeah,
right? It is so refreshing to help people start looking better and being, taking pride in how they look and being proud of their changes.
yeah.
I'm just excited to meet, have this opportunity to share it with people listening and watching, and then seeing everybody up in Pocatello. So I hope I get to meet y'all in person. I'll be in the booth all day Saturday.
That's awesome. Okay, well, very cool. We'll see you there for sure. I love it. Thank you so much. You guys, the thing I really like about Dr. Mike too is that he's not shaming anyone. He's not trying to make you feel bad. He's not trying to lecture you or anything like that. He has a real life solution. And I love that. And actually, I'm really inspired by what he shared today and the science behind it too, because I don't want just somebody's idea or theory. I want to know it works if I'm going to put in the effort. So I'm super excited about what he shared here today. Even if you can't come to the conference, please take just a few minutes to go ahead and check out that link that we shared earlier in the comments. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen one more time, just in case you can't see it if you're watching on the replay. I want to make sure that you do know about it. This is the exact one. You're going to go to kc.b3sciences.com. And I think they actually lowered the price from the time that I bought them. So that's a really great deal. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you all on Friday. If you do not yet have a ticket, please go ahead and send me an email. This is my email. I have tickets for free until Thursday night. All you have to do is email me directly here at this email. And I will see you guys there. Thank you so much.